Hey folks, welcome back. We've missed you. Well, what have we been up to and what have we been doing? Well, it's nearly 200 days since we left La Paz in a bit of a panic when we heard about my dad. He was being ill, but we managed to make it back to say goodbye. And then we spent some time taking care of my mum. We found her a new place to live, so she was comfortable. And then we started on the old house that they'd lived in for 54 years.
Yeah, once we got Sue settled, that was it. We had to strip the house out of everything, top to bottom. Desperately needed it all redecorated. And we got on with that, and then we hit a major snag, didn't we, Tom?
Which was the roof. What a nightmare the roof was. Oh man, what about this for a nightmare? No roof, just the tarpaulin, trying to catch the water. But as is ever the case with the Debs and Tom machine, we made it through, and now we're getting back on the bikes.
I can't wait to get going.
Yes. Hey, morning folks. Well, the house is cleared and it's on the market. We're here for a couple of months yet in Northampton. As you can hear, it's a busy place right next to the motorway. And rather than mountains of Peru, we've got the floodplains of the River Nen. But we don't mind, Debs. It's cold, but it's nice to be back on the bike, eh?
Yeah, it really is. Very unfit though.
And hopefully we'll get away from this car noise soon, because it's right in our ear hole. Go on, Debs. So here's another one for you, some stocks and a whipping post. So if you were bad in the old days, they'd put you in here, whip you, and then probably throw stuff at you. Look at this. And I've just seen
Our hill.
our hill. Look at the name of this road. I'll go and show you. Hey, look at that, eh? Tom's Hill Road. Looks pretty steep and all. Look at that. Hey, morning folks. Well, it's the 2nd of January 2025. What a beautiful day for a bike ride. What a great way to start the year. We're cycling home from Amersham, where we had New Year with Melanie and my face for the last time. Back to Northampton, 52 mile I think, but a cracking day for it. In 2025 folks, all being well, there's a lot of cycling for you. So let's go, let's get stuck in, Debs. Yeah. So the house is sold So we're getting excited and starting to pack. As you can see, we've got a lot more warmer clothes because it's going to be freezing when we set off. We've also got a flask, which is new. We didn't want to have one when we first set off, but we binned it, but we think we're going to need it to keep warm. We've got, one of the biggest changes is the camera system. We're trying to reduce the weight a bit. So what we've gone is from, we've still got the GoPro, which Debs is filming with, but instead of that big Nikon Z and the big tripod, we've got ourselves a new phone, the Google Pixel 9, and a tiny little tripod. So the Nikon Z7's gone. I know I'm going to miss it sometimes, but I'm not going to miss the weight. So all the photography is going to be on the phone. So that's going to be interesting whether that works. The other thing we've done while we haven't been riding is designing the little logo for ourselves. debsandtom.com. What do you reckon to that? So we've got a few of those to give out. We've also took the opportunity while we've been in the UK to stock up on some of the good quality gear that you can't get abroad, like this chain oil from the States, Rock and Roll Gold lube, and it is the best. It's the king of lubes, as they say, and it is the best. It's awesome. Cleans and lubes your chain, so big recommendation for Rock and Roll Gold. And the other big thing which we've changed up is because obviously we left a lot of the gear in La Paz. It all went to a good home, the bags and the Helinox chairs. So we've got ourselves new bags, new Ortlieb bags, which are the same spec as before. But we've gone with a new airbed, which is a double airbed. And for the Helinox chairs, we've gone with the Chair Zero as opposed to a Chair 1 and a Chair XL. So let's have a look at these two. So there we have it, our slightly revised and slightly lighter gear for setting off from the UK in February. Are we stupid or what then?
Stupid.
So one of the things that people often ask us is how we plan our routes and how we decide where we're going to go on the bike. So this little snippet of video will tell you a bit about that. This is the world tour so far in red, and then we had planned out a couple of different options in yellow and purple. The plan from here is to, rather than go all the way back to La Paz, is to head east from the UK, go across Europe, Turkey, through to Central Asia, across the Silk Road, hopefully through China, Southeast Asia, and then around the world, and maybe get back to La Paz in a couple of 3 years. We've decided to cycle from the UK. We were going to be a bit soft and go through to Athens in Greece, where it's a bit warmer, and take this purple route through the Balkans, but we've decided against that. So one of the first things we use is Komoot, a very popular route planning website. So here's a section through Belgium and Germany. We put a start and an end point, and usually it does a pretty good job of routing you along cycleways and quiet roads if you've got cycling as an option. You can put in gravel riding, road riding, but we generally find that normal cycling is the best option for that. So once we've got that in there, it's about starting to look for places of interest on the way. And my favourite thing for doing that is something called Atlas Obscura. So atlasobscura.com, fascinating website with all kinds of unusual things that you might not find on Google Maps or other places. So this one was an example of something that took my interest. This labyrinth that is at the junction of the Belgium, the Netherlands and Germany. And I think if you go around this maze, you can go to all three countries. So what I'll do, if that looks of interest, I'll copy the coordinates, go back to Komoot, paste those in there, and it should take us to, it's pretty near to where we're on the route anyway. Look at that. So if we zoom into there, you'll see that, yes, indeed, there is the labyrinth. So let's include that on the route, zoom out a bit, include on route, and there you go. Komoot will automatically reroute us through that feature. So Atlas Obscura, there's a really good one. Another one which is quite useful, particularly when you get to the mountainous roads, is dangerousroads.org, which is a fascinating website, and we've found some blinding roads on this, particularly in the mountains where you've got the more scenic and challenging routes, but that's well worth browsing through as well. Another map-based one, so you can click on particular roads and find out all about that. There's some pave there, look at that. So dangerousroads.org. The other one, plain and simple, Google and Google Maps. If there's things that of a particular interest, like for example this beer here, Hercule Stout, is in my humble opinion the best beer in the world. It's and believe me, I've tasted a few, but yeah, this is fascinating. I knew it was brewed in Belgium, so I thought, well, let's have a look at the brewery and see if we can find where that is. Here we go. So they've even got a pub in the brewery town. So let's put that into, see if it does it straight into Komoot. Soldier on the Legends. There it is. Oh, and look at that. That's Fate as well. That's right on route look already. And it's even as a Komoot favourite as well. So let's include that on the route. And look at that tiny little diversion. So that has to be done. Komoot's pretty good at showing you the routes. It's got where it hasn't got Street View. I mean, Street View is particularly fantastic for us to plan in a route. There we go. Look, you can see that this is a cycleway that it's led us on. But Street View is integrated into Komoot. But they've also got these waypoints. So where you haven't got Street View, where you might be on a cycleway, people upload these photos. So that's really useful for finding the way. And then what I'll often do as well is switch between the Komoot map mode and what's known as Open Cycle Map, which has all the official cycle routes on. So just look at the difference there between the Netherlands and the UK, and even France. You know, I mean, that is a proper cycling infrastructure. So we'll often use that to zoom right in and just check we're still on cycleways. And again, people put up their own photos and highlights along the way, and that looks a particularly pleasant bit of road, so we'll include that. So we'll go back to Komoot map because that's easier to see, and then a couple of other websites that I'll use apart from Google Maps. Monumentaltrees.com is a good one, another map-based one with some fascinating old and monumental trees, well worth a look. And then also the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They have this website, again, a map-based thing with the various World Heritage Sites on. Not a very user-friendly website, I find, and usually I know where the World Heritage Sites are going to be, so we'll include those on routes, and I'll use Google to find them. But and that's how we plan the route. And then what we'll do is upload that to the Garmin, and then that'll take us on our way. Of course, it gives you the elevation profile, so you know where you're hitting the hills. And that's generally how we plan our routes. So the other couple of things we use for route planning is other people's YouTube videos. Obviously, we watch loads of them to get inspiration. Warm showers when we're looking for a place to stay, and also I Have a Lander, which is really useful for finding water and things, eh, Deb?
It is. Loads of people post, and so when we find somewhere, we post too, which is great. In fact, I posted so much, we've now got free membership.
And then once we've got a route, we're ready to go. We've done a little bit of work on the bikes, as you can see. We've had new drive chains. Deb's has had new cabling on the gear shifters. I've had new drive chain. We've had 3 new rims. And you'll see, of course, that I've had a little bit of a paint job on my bike. Look at that. What do you reckon? Not bad at all. And there we are, ready to set off. February the 14th, we were going to set off, Valentine's Day, and then what happened, Debs?
Yeah, I got shingles. So I'm feeling pretty rubbish at the moment, which is a bit frustrating. But maybe another couple of weeks, I think, unfortunately. Let it warm up a bit, so that'll be good.
So 2 more weeks, end of Feb, folks, and we'll be off. And the next video, we promise, will be us setting off on the world tour, part 2.
Oh, great.